And as a singer, this is part of my work, is being able to sing a song that Billie Holiday sang when she thought it was her duty to speak out against injustice. This next song was very important. It's called Strange Fruit. It's very hard to hear because it's really sad, and it's about a really tough time in history that we are still dealing with. And so when Minnesota went through our horrendous, what do we call it? We're still going through it. I wrote an additional verse to Strange Fruit. And so I want to share this with you because this is what this was what I feel is my responsibility to do as an artist, is to move something in here and help you move something in the world. So this is Billie Holiday's Strange Fruit and my Northern Streets. Southern trees bear a strange fruit. There's blood on the leaves and blood at the root. Black bodies swinging in the southern breeze. Strange fruit hanging from the poplar tree. Pastoral scenes of the gallant South, with the bulging eyes and the twisted mouth. That scent of magnolias, sweet and fresh. Then that sudden smell of burning flesh. Here is a fruit for the crows to pluck, for the rain to gather, for the wind to suck, for the sun to rot, for the tree to drop. Here is a strange and bitter cry. Northern streets, they bear this same fruit. Caps still on his knees, more bloods on their blues, while our voices are screaming in this summer breeze, screaming he can't breathe. Oh, stop this, please. Now some mothers nurse and sing their lullabies. Oh, they get to rock their babies as one of us dies. The scent of the summer bloom so sweet and fresh, and yet they still fetish for our brown pounds of flesh. So go on and change your laws. Go on and keep your codes to never pay us what is owed. And if you still need us, terrified, then your cause ain't just. It ain't. In God we trust. And no, Thank you. I wrote that. Actually, I wrote it the day after George Floyd was murdered. I woke up and had that second verse in my head, but I couldn't sing it. In fact, I couldn't sing anything for a month. Singing to me is such joy, even when I'm singing sad songs, but I literally had no joy that day. And I live only about 7 blocks from where it happened, and I walked up there and I recited the poem to an English teacher, my son's English teacher actually, who he graduated from college and is going to be an English teacher because he loved her so and she made such a great impact on him. So I went and recited it to her. And it's interesting, it's not until later that I realized Strange Fruit, the song, was given to Billie Holiday by a teacher, a young man named Abel Mirapol. He was a little Jewish teacher, and he signed his writing name, his pen name, as Lewis Allen. But he wrote that and gave it to her in 1938. And for kids who know anything about history and World War II and the genocide that happened with Nazism, we didn't really know anything about that until the 40s. And so this was a person in solidarity with African Americans who wanted to do something, who was so moved by the injustice of lynching in America as a pastime, really. And that was his impact as a teacher. This teacher was so moved that he gave this song as a gift to Billie Holiday. And so, in a way, I feel like learning this always comes full circle somehow. And so I gift you that little bit of history. Another thing I wanted to say about that, when we delve into the history and I use Billie Holiday as my sort of centrifuge, my nucleus, there's always something connected that I'm always surprised by. For instance, did you know that almost the exact same time Billie first sang that song for the very first time, Marian Anderson stood on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial and sang My Country 'Tis of Thee, because she was not allowed to sing in the concert hall. And they happened almost at the exact same time. And I didn't know that for years and years, because a lot of times we learn history in little bits and pieces, particularly Black history. We are the puzzle piece that's missing in the larger history. We are a part of the larger history. So yes, we celebrate Black History Month, but we also need to be celebrating Black History Month every day and put us back into the larger part of history. Then stuff makes more sense, way more sense to everybody. So I think that's a little plug for the library.